Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And today I want to talk about the impact that being with a narcissist has on you, okay? Narcissists portray that they're with you. They put on a fake, false, phony persona, okay? Whatever they portray in the beginning is the exact opposite of who they truly are. But a lot of people get duped because they believe the narcissist, okay? Or they want to hear it so bad. The narcissist is such a good actor or actress that people, when someone is longing for love, for example, and here comes the narcissist, and they're telling you everything that you want to hear. They're getting you when maybe you're in a vulnerable spot in your life, okay? Maybe you've had some bad relationships and everything like that. And here comes the narcissist, and you're thinking to yourself, oh, well, I think this person is authentic, but you know what? I'm not going to throw them to the wind because there's nothing else going on in my life, and this person's telling me everything I want to hear, so I'm just going to go with it, okay? Here's the problem with that. Once you get into that relationship with that narcissist, you're going to find that you're going to be on a roller coaster relationship. They are going to run hot and cold with you, and especially covert narcissists. They're famous for running hot and cold. 1 minute, they give you fake empathy. They pretend to be there for you. And the next minute, when you need that person, they are nowhere to be found. They make excuses. They ghost on you. Then they come back and tell you they were busy or they were working. There's always an excuse with a covert narcissist, okay? But what you're going to find when you're in a relationship like that is that you're always thirsty for attention. You're always thirsty for affection. And you're going to feel very alone and very isolated. And this is why I say to people, you could be in a relationship and feel more alone than being without that person. Because when you're in the relationship with the narcissist, you're going to sit there and overanalyze everything. Did I say something they don't like because they walked out on me? Am I not good looking enough? Maybe I need to, work on myself and, lose weight or, you're always trying to get that person's validation, their approval. And the irony of all of this is it's the narcissist that needs validation. But what they do is they project onto you all the negative that they are onto you to a point where you start needing that validation. That's why a lot of people stay in relationships too, is because, it's the rejection aspect of it, feeling rejected by somebody. So they're always trying to win that person's approval over, okay? And especially if you came from a toxic household yourself, you're going to be more susceptible to stay in a relationship with a narcissist because you think this is the norm. This is what you grew up around, okay? And maybe you're constantly trying to get validated by that narcissist as well because you never felt validated by the narcissist in your home growing up, okay? And the narcissist they're going to test you to see how much you're going to take. And the more you take, the more the narcissist knows that you're weak and you have low boundaries. And they know that you have low self-esteem. They're going to run with somebody like that because they know they can bully you. They know that you're trying to hold on to the relationship. You're constantly trying to resolve that conflict with that narcissist that will not resolve the conflict with you. They're always going to flip the blame. They're always going to say it's you need to work on yourself, or you need to look in the mirror or something like that. And if you haven't had a lot of experience in dealing with somebody like this, somebody very narcissistic, you're going to start to question yourself and say, maybe it's me, maybe I'm doing something wrong or something to that aspect. But what you're going to notice is that narcissist is never going to own anything. They're never going to say they're wrong, okay? The only time a narcissist will say they're wrong is if they really want something out of you and they're trying to shut you up and appease you so they can get something out of you. But a narcissist, they don't care. They're going to make you feel alone because they don't want you comfortable in the relationship. A narcissist never wants you to feel satisfied or comfortable in a relationship. They always want you reaching, hunting them out, and you always have to search for them and everything like that. That gives them a sense of power and control, okay? This is why narcissists run cold with you as well, because they feel that if they give you a lot of attention, it's going to build up your head. You're going to think you're better than them. And a narcissist always has to be the one on top. They have to be the one that knows everything, how to do everything. They're better than you. They want to think of themselves as better than you. And what better way than to put you down and have you begging for their attention, okay? You should never, ever have to beg anybody for attention or affection or something like that. And when you find yourself in a position like that, you've got to say to yourself, you know what? This person either is not all into me, or I'm dealing with a narcissist that's playing games with me, okay? They're stringing you along. They're breadcrumbing you. 1 minute they're nice, they're affectionate, they're killing you with the I love yous, and the next minute they're ghosting you, or they're nowhere to be found, or something like that. They are jerking you around, all right? So it doesn't matter what they say. And I had a woman get on the post and say her boyfriend, he was building her up. She wasn't sure if he was a narcissist. She said, he builds me up all the time. I don't know if he's a narcissist, but he cheated on me, okay? Or he's been cheating on me. Well, what does that tell you? It tells you that his words don't match up to his actions, right? He's playing you. He's telling you everything you want to hear to keep you happy and to shut you up and keep you in the relationship. And meanwhile, he's off doing his own thing on the side. So you're not dealing with a sincere person. You're dealing with somebody who's playing you, okay? So no matter what the case is, this person thinks you're a jerk. They think you're a fool because they're getting over on you. They feel that they could just tell you whatever you want to hear, and you're going to be like, you love me, and then you're going to believe that, okay? And that's their way of getting you off their back so that you don't check them, all right? You're not checking where they are at certain times because they just told you they love you, okay? It's all game, you guys. It's game, all right? So you're going to feel this sense of isolation. You're going to feel this sense of loneliness. You're never going to feel connected with a narcissist, okay? All of that, love bombing and everything in the beginning, it's a false fantasy, all right? That's why I tell people, how do you know if somebody's future faking you or not? By what they say at the time of how long you're in the relationship. In other words, if somebody's telling you in the first month they love you, or they want to move in with you, or they're talking marriage to you within the first even 3 months, you know that you're dealing with somebody that's probably a narcissist who's love bombing you, or you're dealing with a very naive person that doesn't know anything about love and is just lusting you, okay? And the thing is this, I had another person too that said to me, oh, well, I believe in love at first sight, and I don't think that you need to be with somebody a long time to know if you love them or something like that. He gave an example where he said, oh, well, I saw the house that I wanted to move into, and I knew that was my dream house. So are you telling me that if you see your dream house, you're not going to know, or something like that? I said to him, listen, anything could look good from the outside, okay? When you meet somebody in the beginning, you're judging them from their exterior, the flesh, how good looking they are, how attractive they are. They may be friendly to you in the beginning, but you have not seen the good, bad, ugly of that person. You have not seen that person poor or when they're rich. People change in different circumstances, you guys. Somebody that could be the greatest partner in the world could come into money and dump you, okay? Because they have money. People change under certain circumstances. So what I'm trying to tell you is this, okay? How are you going to know somebody's internal without seeing them in certain situations? You're not going to know it, okay? You may meet somebody and say, oh, this is love at first sight and everything like that. But if you don't know what that person's about, how does that person deal when things don't work out for them? Is that person a giving person? How is that person going to treat you when you get sick? You're not going to know that in the beginning. That might be a very selfish person that will disappear on you when you get sick, all right? So there are people that meet somebody, get married, and could be married 30 years to that person and stay married, and it could have just worked out. But in order to, not waste away your life, you take it slow, okay? When you buy a house, you get that house checked out by an engineer, because a house could look beautiful from the outside, but structurally it could be a mess underneath, okay? And it's the same with a human being. You check out who you're investing your time into. You look into their background. You look at their history of dating and relationships. You look at their childhood background and what they grew up in, what kind of environment they grew up in. Is this somebody who was taught how to love? Do they know what love is? Because if they were never shown love or taught how to love, how the hell do you expect them to love you? Okay? If they dealt with a parent that was, cold and indifferent to them, and they're always looking for validation, it doesn't matter if you do everything for that narcissist, they're always going to feel that emptiness from their childhood. You are not going to change that person. The only person that's going to change them is them. For them to be self-aware and awake and say, you know what? Yeah, I grew up in a childhood that was toxic, but you know what? I'm not going to be like these people. It's either in you or it's not in you. You either have a sense of doing the right thing or you don't, okay? And that comes down to a person's character, okay? So when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, you're going to feel very isolated and alone, but some people can't leave that relationship because they don't want to be technically alone. They rather have a toxic person than no person at all. And why is that? Because they don't have the strength within themselves to realize that the power lies within them, okay? You yourself make a choice in life whether you're going to be happy or not, okay? Happiness is a choice. So the worst thing that you could do is be at the mercy of a narcissist, all right? To the point where you can't live without them. You've got to, because you don't know what could happen in life, you guys. Later on, something can happen. People change all the time. People that were childhood sweethearts, later on, they grew apart or something happened, or they decide, oh my gosh, I want to change my life, or this or that, or I'm bored, or whatever it could be. So no matter what the situation is, you've got to be able to sustain yourself, that you have your own thing. You're financially set, your health is okay, and you're good. You're good. But the thing is, when you deal with a narcissist, the biggest revelation that you're going to realize is that the problem isn't you. The problem is that you're dealing with a toxic person that feels the need to put somebody else down in order to lift themselves up. Narcissists don't want to live in peace. This is why a lot of them fight with you over petty shit, okay? Because even fighting over who put the cap on the toothpaste makes them feel better to tell you did it wrong. There's something wrong with you. By telling you there's something wrong with you, it makes that narcissist feel better, that they know better than you, okay? This is how warped and how insecure the narcissist is. So if you want to live a life of peace, you need to get away from this crap and this drama. And not only that, these people, not only will you feel alone and you will feel isolated, but your stress level is going to go up, okay? You don't even realize it. You may be young and healthy and everything like that, but if you have years of stress with a narcissist, later on, you could have health problems. How do I know? Because it's happening to me, all right? I was never somebody who had health issues. I always had great, blood pressure and everything like that. Now, all of a sudden, my blood pressure is sky high. And the only thing that I could deduct from that is that I've had years of stress in what I've had to deal with, okay? So you don't realize the stress creeps up on you later on. So you need peace in your life, you guys, in order to have longevity and to be better later on in life as well, so that you're not getting sick and everything like that. The whole goal in life is to live your best happy life. And you're not going to get that with a narcissist. You're always going to be, reaching for the narcissist's approval, reaching for them to say you did it right, reaching for their attention, reaching for their affection, and they're never going to give it to you completely. They'll give you a little, but you're always going to feel like they're not 100% with you. If you get that feeling that you're not totally connected to that narcissist, then guess what? You're not, all right? You're not. And you've got to recognize that, and you got to say to yourself, you know what? We're not connected. We're not connected, and I need to, distance myself because this person is not going to change. Narcissists don't all of a sudden change after years of living a certain way. This is what they've been molded in their early childhood to be. It doesn't matter if you are the best looking person in the world or anything like that. They will find fault with you. They will criticize, judge you. You will feel alone. And, the longer you stay with them, the worse it gets, okay? The narcissist doesn't get better in time. They get worse in time. Why? Because their supply starts to diminish. They have less options on the outside, so they're going to become more angry. They're going to become more bitter. And guess what? They're going to take it out on you, all right? So you need to get away from these people and understand that you will not find happiness with a narcissist. And the problem isn't you. The problem is that you got into a relationship with this narcissist. You either ignored or you didn't see the red flags or you didn't know what narcissism is. Whatever it is, the bottom line is if you want to live a happy life, you're not going to do it with a narcissist, all right? They're going to make you feel alone and isolated, and they're going to break down your self-esteem. So get away from them, you guys. You only get one life. Don't waste your life away with somebody who makes you feel like crap, all right? You need to have the courage to walk away and understand you're going to go through a rough patch when you first, leave that narcissist in a lot of cases because you're used to them, but it will pass, all right? All great things in life, sometimes you got to take a risk. You got to go through, you got to ride that wave till you get to a better place. Otherwise, you're going to be with the narcissist and it's going to be the same cycle of abuse over and over again. The more that you take from that person, the more they're going to dish out to you. The longer you stay with a person who keeps breaking your boundaries, the worse they're going to treat you. So you've got to disengage and step away. Okay? I hope that helps you. If it did, hit the subscribe button and please share the podcast. Have a great day, you guys. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and I want to tell you about my 2 books on Amazon. The first book is Regain Your Power. It's all about power and relationship. Who has the power in the relationship? And it goes into all of that, okay? The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time, okay? Check it out. It gives you a lot of good clues as to whether you're with somebody who's a real one or somebody who's just going to waste your time. You could read them both with Kindle's free trial membership. So check it out. Link is in the podcast description. Are you dealing with a toxic person or a narcissist and you don't know how to handle this person? Well, if you have a question and you want it answered, you can get a personalized video sent to you. The link is in the bio, wizio.com/the_game_exposed, and ask a question and have a personalized video sent back to you answering your question. Whether you have a toxic person in your life, a narcissist, you're having a dating or relationship problem, get your question answered. Go to Wizio, wizio.com/the_game exposed to ask a question. Links in the bio. Hi, you guys. I just want to let you know that the Game Exposed now has their merchandise available. Check out the link in the bio And you could go check it out. There's cool hoodies, cool sweatpants, cool hats. So go to the bio for the link. And also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook at The Game EXP123 and also on Instagram, The Game EXP123. Okay? And have a great day.